told you we had something cooking in the books, and here it is. The newest show for the Lemno podcast, Buckets and Banter. You still have the Three Stooges with you, though. We're talking March Madness. The madness is real on this one. We're going to go through the bracket here. We're going to make our picks combined. So how that's going to work is if two of us have the same answer and say Jeff has the odd man out, we're sticking with me and JR's answer. We're going to make a bracket for y'all, and a cumulative between the three minds here, and see what we can do. See if it stands for anything, in the long run.
Going for that perfect bracket, baby.
Never been done before in history.
Never. They say
Never done.
to hit a perfect bracket, your odds of getting hit by lightning 5 times is better. So
also, to hit a perfect bracket, you have a better chance of winning the Powerball twice in your life.
It's crazy. But we all saw what came out. Just a picture of the bracket here for you guys. The number 1 seeds, Auburn, Duke, Florida, and Houston on this one. We're going to go region by region for you guys. We're going to start with the South, then work our way to the East, then West, and then last but not least, the Midwest here. So let's get into it here, boys. South region. Auburn versus the games playing right now as we're recording this. Alabama State, St. Francis. I think this is a no-brainer for all of us. Are we just moving through Auburn here, fellas?
Yes,
Auburn.
Sir. Yep.
Keeping it moving here. Louisville versus Creighton in this one. For me, this game is a toss-up in my eyes, but from being out of the tourney for a long time and basically being a home game for Louisville, and to top it off, Louisville's defense has been going. I think they'll pull it out late here. I'm going Louisville over Creighton.
I actually have Creighton in this one.
TK, I'm going to agree with you here. I'm going to go with Louisville as well.
All right. Louisville keeps going there. Michigan versus UC San Diego, guys. Jeff, what do you have for this one?
I have Michigan in this one.
I also have Michigan in this one as well. Tournament experience.
Clean sweep here. A lot of people got them as a big upset, but I think Michigan does take this one. Texas A&M versus Yale, Jeff.
I'm taking Texas A&M in this one, Teak.
JR?
I would have to agree with you on this one, Texas A&M as well. Pretty chalk so far, I'd say.
Yep, another clean sweep. I think the size of A&M is going to be a factor in this one over Yale. Even though Yale is a nice little underdog as well, people are rumbling up. Ole Miss versus another game that's going to be going on tonight, UNC, San Diego State. I know this is going to be tough because we don't know who's in the tourney yet, but who do you got, JR, in this one?
I'm going to say in this one, if San Diego State does defeat North Carolina, I'm going to go with San Diego State. But if it is North Carolina, I'm going to go Ole Miss. So it's kind of hard for me to say right now.
All right, Jeff.
I am going to be riding with Ole Miss unless UNC makes it in, then UNC will beat Ole Miss.
Okay. I got a lot of eggs in the basket, I'm telling you boys right now. A lot of hate going on for my Tar Heels now.
Yep.
You can arguably say this is the biggest chip on a team's shoulder in tourney history, and I think UNC overwhelmed San Diego State tonight. And I do agree with Hefe. I think UNC pulls out Ole Miss, and they're going to make a statement here in the tourney. But moving on, Iowa State and Lipscomb. Jeff?
What the heck is a Lipscomb?
Lipscomb.
We're taking Iowa State all day. Can't even pronounce it.
JR?
It's pronounced as Lipscomb, Jeff, first of all. But no, I'm going to take Iowa State here. Hi, buddy.
He almost said Ohio State.
I almost said Ohio State. Yeah, no. It's
unfortunately they're not in the tournament this year.
Iowa State. Iowa State.
That's a clean sweep for the boys. Iowa State. Marquette versus New Mexico. Jeff, what do you think about Marquette and New Mexico?
I'm taking New Mexico in this one
Okay.
over
That's
Marquette.
his first bracket buster.
I would have to agree with you, Jeff. I mean, just the Marquette in the previous years and the tourney. I'm have to go with New Mexico on this one.
Wow. I'm the odd man out here. I got Marquette in this one. Cam Jones will put on a show in this first matchup for the Eagles, and I do think Marquette. But as the rule states, New Mexico's going on the board for the boys. Next one, Michigan State versus Bryant.
I'm going to say Michigan State via the blowout.
I would have to agree with the Michigan State. I think it's a pretty easy pick here.
Yep. Sparty and Tom Izzo get it done there.
Mhm.
That wraps up that South region. Like I said, we're going to go over to the East region with a team that shall not be named as the 1 seed there. We'll start it off here. JR, you got that 1 seed. I can't pronounce that name. Versus American or SMS. I think this is going to be a clean sweep here, but go ahead.
I'm gonna, you know what, TK? I'll pronounce this for you. It's gonna be called Duke, and that's gonna be an easy, clean sweep there. It's tough for me to say too, but I mean it's a no-brainer in that position there.
All right, Hefe, you got Duke in this one as
Yeah,
well.
I have Duke as well, unfortunately.
It's a clean sweep. Even though I hope they happen to be a Virginia of this year, that'd be awesome. But we're gonna keep it rolling here. Mississippi State versus Baylor. JR, who do you have in that one?
I'm gonna go with Baylor here, TK.
Okay. Hefe?
I actually have Baylor as well.
Wow, I'm the odd man out. I do think this is a 50-50 game, though. I had Mississippi State in this one, but Baylor goes on the board here. Oregon versus Liberty. JR.
With this one here, I'm gonna go with I'm just gonna go with a clean sweep here. I'm gonna go with Oregon for this one for me.
Hefe?
I am as well going to have to go for Oregon on this one.
Love the Ducks.
Love the Ducks. The Ducks soar
Quack,
past Liberty in this one. Clean sweep for the Ducks. Moving on, Arizona versus Akron. 4 versus 13. Old ex-Tar Heel playing in this one for Arizona. Caleb Love. Hefe, who do you have in this one?
I think this one's a no-brainer for me. I'm going to go with Arizona on this one.
All right, keeping it moving, JR.
I definitely have to agree with going to Arizona on this one. I mean, it's a much bigger school, a lot more talent on that team, I think. So Arizona for sure.
As much as my brother wants me to pick his alma mater in Akron, like I said, ex-Tar Heel Caleb Love and the boys will be too much for Akron. It's going to be a clean sweep here as well. BYU VCU. This is going to be a tough one. A lot of people love BYU. They say defense wins championships, but defenses also win big games. I'm saying VCU stuns BYU, as a lot of people, like I said, have BYU going deep in their brackets. JR?
TK, I would have to agree with you. I mean, I VCU did well for me back in the Shaka Smart days, so I'm VCU on this one.
So I'm going to be the odd man out on this one. I understand a lot of people are saying BYU is going to go far. I think this is going to be a very, very tough competitive game. I do have BYU winning it, but I do have BYU losing in the next round as well, though.
Okay. Keeping it moving. The Badgers versus Montana, 3 versus 14, Hefe.
Wisconsin all day in this one.
Yep.
I'd have to agree with that one.
All right. Clean sweep for the Badgers. St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt, 7 versus 10. JR?
I'm going to go with Vandy on this one.
Wow.
All right. Hefe?
St. Mary's, I have them going deep in this.
Oh, the Gales. Okay. Tied up. I got the Gales surviving and advancing in this one too. So St. Mary's goes on in our bracket here. Bama versus Robert Morris. Are you rolling Tide with me, boys?
Roll Tide.
Clean sweep for the East region there. We're going to keep it moving here. Next region, the East region. A lot of people in this region, man.
We said the East.
Oh, my bad. The West. My
Yeah.
fault.
For my
This
first
one
time.
is Coach Pettit division here.
Mhm.
In the West Division. But to start off here, Florida versus Norfolk State. I think we can all agree that Florida is a clean sweep here, boys.
Yep.
Yep.
I agree.
All right, Gators chomp past Norfolk State in this one. Next one, UConn versus Oklahoma. JR.
This is gonna be another tough game, I think. With this one, give me the Huskies on this one.
I got the defending champions winning against Oklahoma.
Yeah. Dan Hurley proves it in this one. To be the best, you got to beat the best. The Huskies move on. Memphis versus Colorado State. 5 versus 12 game, boys. Hefe, who do you have in this one?
I'm taking the upset Colorado State over Memphis.
I definitely agree with you on that one.
All right. Looks like it's a clean sweep. Fun fact for you
Wow.
guys.
Mm.
Fun fact for you boys. Memphis is actually the underdog in this game. If you're betting on this game, which is kind of crazy. A 5 versus 12, even though that is your upset there. Mostly in the brackets comes from 5, 12, and 6 and 11 area and 7, 10. So just to see that they're already the underdog is kind of surprising. Moving on here, Maryland versus Grand Canyon, 4 versus 13. Hefe.
I got Maryland in this one.
All right, JR.
I'm gonna go with the Terps on this one as well.
All right. All set for the Turtle Squad. We got the Ninja
Turtle.
Turtles moving past
Turtle.
Grand Canyon. Missouri versus Drake, 6 versus 11 here. JR.
I'm gonna say that I'm going Missouri here because they ain't like us.
All right.
Dang. Well, I was just about to say Drake may have lost a battle to Kendrick, but they're not losing a battle to Missouri.
Okay.
Wow. So
Okay.
Batting vote here. I think Drake can pull this one out. Bennett Sturts has to continue being a problem for Drake. He's averaging 19 points per game. If he does, I think Drake can pull this one out. Texas Tech versus UNC Wilmington, 3 versus 14. JR.
This one, I'm gonna go with Texas Tech here on this one, 2K.
Hefe.
Texas Tech.
All right. JT in the top and in the boys. Offense is too much there for UNC Wilmington. Kansas versus Arkansas. Hefe, who you got in this one?
I'm taking in good old Kansas.
All right, JR, you rock chalking as well?
I'm rock chalking as well with the experience they have in the tournament. I mean, I'm going. Give me the Jayhawks.
All right. Clean sweep. This is a big time coaching battle between Bill Self and John Calipari. I do think the Jayhawks edged it out in round 1, though. St. John's versus Omaha. Some say Peyton Manning's rooting for this team. JR, who do you have in this one?
I mean, as much as I do love Peyton Manning being a Colts fan here, I'm gonna have to go with St. John's on this one.
All right, Hefe, who you got there?
I have St. John's, and I have St. John's going very, very far in this tournament.
All right, another clean sweep there for the West Division there. St. John's wraps the West up there. Moving on here to the Midwest region. The Midwest region. Number 1, Houston versus SIUE. I believe we're going to be a clean sweep here, boys, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Cougars roll on. Zags versus Georgia, 8 versus 9, Hefe.
I'm going with the Zags to riches. They are getting past Georgia in this one.
All right, JR.
I agree with that statement. Absolutely.
Clean sweep. Zags live in the tourney, and they show you why every year. Clemson versus McNeese, 5 versus 12. Boys, before you pick this one, I'm going to do you a solid. And if you haven't seen McNee's walkout, you need to YouTube that. Not now. Wait till we get off, but it's a sight to see.
It's sick.
Mm-hmm.
I got Clemson in this one. That being said, JR?
Hey, the walkout got me pumped there, TK. I'm taking the upset here and going McNeese here.
Oh, your knees, my knees. JR picked McNeese. FA to break the tie.
Give me McNeese.
Yeah, baby.
There's an upset there. We're putting McNeese on the board there. Upsetting Clemson at 5. Purdue versus High Point. Hefe.
This is easy. Purdue.
JR.
The Boilermakers, yep. Purdue.
Clean sweep for the Boilermakers there. Illinois. Another game that has to be played. Texas and Xavier. Hefe, who do you got 6 for 11 there?
I think that game tonight's gonna be pretty interesting, the playing game, but I do have Illinois itching out the victory against either one of those two teams.
JR, do you have the field or do you have Illinois?
I'm gonna go with the field. Well, I'm gonna conditional here. So if Texas does edge out Xavier, I'm gonna go with Texas on this one. But if Xavier does beat Texas, I'm gonna go with Illinois here.
All right. I'm hooking them with you. I believe Texas will beat Xavier, and I have a feeling Texas will etch it out versus Illinois as well in that one. Kentucky versus Troy. Big Blue Nation, JR.
As much as I love that movie, Troy, I'm going with Big Blue Nation here.
Hefe?
It is a classic movie, but Kentucky's taking that dub.
All right. Kentucky sweeps through there. Next one, UCLA versus Utah State. JR.
I'm gonna go with another upset here. I'm gonna go Utah State on this one.
Wow.
Hefe?
I'm going UCLA on this one, actually.
Me too. I'm going UCLA just for the experience wise. They got the experience going to the tourney, and teams that rely on that are heavily favored in my book. I'm going UCLA as well. Tennessee versus Wolford. Hefe.
You must be from Tennessee because they're the only 10 I see. We're taking Tennessee in this one, boys.
JR, you singing Rocky Top with them?
I'm singing Rocky Top, go Vols, baby.
All right. It's a clean sweep there in the Midwest region to finish off Tennessee Wolford. Boys, now we're going to get down. I didn't think you realized it. We're going to the second round.
Okay. Let's go, baby.
All right. South region, we had Auburn versus Louisville. JR.
That's a good one. I'm still going to say that the Auburn takes this one.
Hefe?
We're moving on with Auburn.
Clean sweep there. Auburn moves on. We had Michigan and A&M in this one. JR.
I'm just going to go with the experience and the tourney here. I'm going to take Michigan in this one.
Hefe?
I'm actually taking Texas A&M.
All right. I think Michigan survives and advances this one, putting the Wolverines through. Next one, we had UNC versus Iowa State. Hefe.
We are going to ride with Teek's team, UNC.
JR.
I'm going to pick Iowa State on this one. I'm going against you, boys.
As much this hurts me, but I know how this UNC team could fizzle out quick. And boy, do I not want this to be the year they lose in the first round of the tourney ever. But I'm going to go Iowa State as well to advance to the Sweet 16. Next one, we had New Mexico, Michigan State. Hefe.
We are going to roll with Michigan State.
JR.
I'm going to have to agree on that one.
All right. Sparty clears the house there. On to the East region. We had that number 1 seed versus
The Devils.
The Devils versus Mississippi State. JR.
Teak, this is gonna make you very happy. I'm going upset with Mississippi State. Let's go.
Wow. Hefe.
Duke's taking the victory in this one.
Unfortunately, I got that 1 seed as well. Oregon versus Arizona, an old Pac-12 matchup. I do believe this is a 50-50 matchup. Nate Biddle holds down the paint in this one, forcing Arizona to knock down from the outside. I got the Ducks in this one. JR.
I'm gonna have to agree with you at the Ducks.
I have the Ducks as well.
Wow. Quack Attack moves on to face that number 1 seed.
The Quack Attack has been sweeping the board with the boys.
VCU versus Wisconsin. Hefe.
Wisconsin is known for their cheese, their football, but they're going to be losing to VCU in this matchup.
Wow. JR.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one there, Hefe. I mean, VCU's been a bracket buster before.
Yep.
I'm going VCU.
All right. Well, VCU's going to be on the board. I would have Wisconsin that one. I just think Wisconsin doesn't turn the ball over. For VCU to have a shot at this one, they got to put pressure on the Badgers and create turnovers. But VCU is going to go on the board here. We had St. Mary's versus Bama, boys. Hefe?
I have St. Mary's in this one.
Wow, another upset. JR?
I'm rolling Tide.
I'm rolling Tide as well. Bama moves on in the East. West Division, we had Florida, UConn. JR.
Gators chomp through this round as well.
Hefe?
Chomp, chomp, chomp. Keep it rolling.
Yep. Clear sweep. The reigning champs get flooded in the swamp from Florida. Florida advances. Colorado State versus Maryland. JR.
I'm gonna go with the Terps on this one.
I have Colorado State continuing the upset and continuing on with this tournament.
I also have Colorado State's offense continues to shine to the Sweet 16 as well. Moving on here, we had Drake and Texas Tech. Hefe?
Texas Tech, the story is over for Drake at that point.
JR?
I have to agree.
Clean sweep for Texas Tech there. Kansas for St. John's. JR.
Give me St. John's.
Hefe?
I'm taking St. John's as well.
All right. Clean sweep there. Last but not least, the Midwest Division. We had Houston versus Gonzaga. Hefe?
I'm taking the number 1 seed Houston over Gonzaga.
JR?
I would have to agree.
Full sweep there. For Houston, we had McNeese versus Purdue. Hefe?
Taking Purdue. McNeese is out.
McNeese with age has, been out. My knees. I got Purdue as well in this one, JR.
The knees will give out. Purdue advances.
All right. We had Texas versus Kentucky. JR.
This one, I'm going to go with Blue Nation again on this one.
Hefe.
Blue Nation.
It's a clean sweep. Big Blue Nation. UCLA versus Tennessee. Hefe.
Tennessee carries on with the love story.
JR.
Have to agree.
All right. Clean sweep for Rocky Top there. You know what? We'll go back. We got to go in order. I've been staying in order. Sweet 16, boys. Okay. We had Auburn versus Michigan.
Auburn moves on.
Okay. Next one here. we had. Holy fuck, boys! Hold on. Iowa State versus Michigan State.
JR.
It's another tough one here. I'm gonna go with Go Spartans.
I have to agree. Spartans.
Sparty keeps moving here. In this one, I might as well pull up the whole bracket because we're getting down to the nitty gritty here for the Sweet 16. Duke versus Oregon.
You said their name.
I did. I'm sorry.
We have to go with Duke.
JR?
With this one, I'm gonna have Oregon here.
Wow. I
It
got
comes
Duke.
down to you.
Yeah, I got Duke in this one. I think Duke's depth is just too much for the Ducks in this one. I got Duke in that one. Next one here. Sorry, I got them all mixed up now with the big bracket in front of me. We had Alabama, and I'm trying to see. Do you guys see? Okay, they're up here. Alabama, and then we had VCU. JR.
As much as I do like VCU, I think Bama.
Bama moves on.
Bama as well.
All right, clean sweep. We have Houston versus Purdue.
Houston.
Houston as well.
I love them Cougars. You know me.
Oh yeah.
Kentucky versus Tennessee.
I'm going to be taking Tennessee in this one.
I would agree with you there. I think Blue Nation stops there.
Wow. Clean sweep for the Vols with the boys. Florida versus Colorado State. JR.
Chomp chomp.
As much as I want to roll with Colorado State right here, I got to take the Gators.
Cinderella comes to an end. Florida's too much for the Rams. Clean sweep. Texas Tech versus St. John's.
I'm going to say on this one, I'm still rolling with my old St. John's.
JR.
I have to agree.
Rick Pitino has the boys humming. The boys are on pace here. Moving to the Elite Eight. We have Michigan State versus Auburn.
I believe so.
Yep.
JR.
Going Auburn.
I got to go with Auburn as well.
Duke versus Alabama.
We are rolling with Duke in this one.
JR.
Going off the consensus here, I would have to go with Duke on this one.
Another clean sweep for that one seed. Houston versus Tennessee.
I've been rolling with Tennessee this whole time, but no longer. Houston.
Give me them Cougars.
Wow. I got Houston going back as well to the Final Four. And then Florida versus St. John's.
Yet again, I keep saying I've been rolling with this team. I'm going to stick with St. John's to beat Florida.
Cool. Okay.
JR.
Chomp chomp, baby.
I also have Florida. I think Florida's going to be too much for St. John's and Rick Pitino on this one. So, moving on here, we have Auburn, because we had Auburn beating Michigan State, you guys had. Auburn versus Florida. And I hope you guys realize we have all the number ones in the Final Four.
I was trying to go with St. John's. I had St. John's going to the finals. No one believed in me, but that's all right. We're gonna have Auburn taking the W in this one versus Florida. I think Auburn is just going to be too much of a fast-paced team against Florida, and I think they take the victory.
JR?
I'm going to go against it. I'm going chomp chomp. Here we go.
I'm going with the Gators as well in this one. Back to the
Wow.
national title game.
Mhm.
Last time I got to see them Gators in, it was Joakim Noah and Corey Brewer on
Yes,
that
it
team.
was.
Well, Al Horford too, I believe.
Hmm.
Okay.
Houston versus Duke.
Bye-bye, Blue Devils. Houston takes the victory in this one.
JR?
I would have to say the Cougars as well.
All right. Clean sweep there. Florida versus Houston. Championship game, boys. Who do we have for the Let 'em Know March Madness winner?
I took a lot of time to think about this one. I actually had St. John's versus Houston in the finals, and I had Houston taking the victory for the first annual Let 'em Know podcast championship bracket.
JR? You've been chomping a lot over there. So
I've
I'm
been
curious
chomping
to
a
see.
lot over here. We're
He
going.
doesn't even like Gators.
Hey, I might not like those Gators there, Jeff, but I do like this Florida team. So, I'm going. Let's go Gators! Chomp chomp, baby, all the way to the ship.
Wow. This
Don't
is
break
gonna
my
be
heart, Teague.
yeah, this is a tough one. I am gonna go. Damn, do I love them Cougars? I'm going Cougars. They were the Final Four last year. They're gonna get it done this year, so we're gonna go the Cougars on that
Dang.
one. But that does wrap up our bracket for March Madness. That was a collective one, so you can't hate on it because we have 4 number ones in there. It's collective. We went for the overall result. Stuff like
Sorry,
that's gonna
Mom. I tried to
happen.
get St. John's in there for you. Tried.
So yeah, I do love me some Rick Pitino, but I don't know. This Florida's a different breed. But I'm excited.
People from Florida are a different
Hopefully,
breed themselves.
hopefully UNC helps the boys out here because it's about to be on here shortly. So hopefully they can make a statement for our bracket because I believe we had them going what 2? No, I think 1. So,
One.
but we are going to continue to do other things besides football as well. We're going to have different sections for different sports. Buckets and Banter is going to be your go-to for basketball, college, and NBA. But until next time, hit that subscribe button. It is totally free down at the bottom of the screen. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a beat on us. And tell us in the comments what you didn't like about the bracket, what you did like, and we'll see you on the next one.